Tonight on Beg, Borrow or Steal.
I grabbed hold of him. I took him in there and I worked on him.
So you were lying?
I was bluffing.
What's the difference in bluffing and lying?
More polite.
Probably could have spun them a bit of a yarn on that one. Didn't think it through. Should have had a lie there.
Hello and welcome to Beg, Borrow or Steal. Ever thought you couldn't win big money on a TV quiz show because your general knowledge wasn't up to scratch? Well, think again, because on this show, it doesn't matter if you don't know the answers because you're allowed to beg, borrow or steal them from your opponents. You could say this is more about who you know rather than what you know. Here are the 5 people who are playing tonight.
My name is Martin, I'm 41 and I'm a postal clerk administrator. I'm capable of stitching anybody up and look them directly in the eye, because if they turn away, they're lying.
My name's Chris. I'm 25 years old. I'm from Addlestone in Surrey, and I'm a used car salesman. I can be a bit cocky, yeah. Bit of a cunning fox. I can be economical with the truth if need be.
Hi, I'm Susan. I'm 56. I'm a secretary from Manchester. I know I'm quite extrovert and I love talking to people. It'd be nice to be thought that, well, you know, a mother figure can be trusted, even if I can't.
I'm Jim. I'm 24. I'm from Reading and I'm a marketing copywriter. I can be quite loud. There's an inordinate amount of stupid people out there.
My name's Maria. I'm 28 and I present educational shows to children in schools. People tend to look at me like I'm a bit of an airhead or a good time girl, but I have got a brain in my head.
So those are our contestants. Currently they're being told the rules of the game, but for you at home, here's a brief explanation. There are 3 rounds. Each round, the contestants compete for £3,000. They are set 4 questions. Whoever can give 4 correct answers wins a share of the money. Could be one person, could be all 5. The aim of the game is to be the player with the most money after 3 rounds. Good general knowledge might earn you respect, but good strategy will make you rich. So their briefing is finished. It's time for round 1. OK, everyone, it's time to play. I'm about to give you 4 questions. OK, remember, if you want to win any money, you need to give me 4 correct answers. In 1990, Prince Charles broke his arm playing which sport? The Bayeux Tapestry features which historical battle? In which 2003 film did Uma Thurman play the bride? And by what name is the orca whale better known? OK, remember, the more people who give all 4 correct answers, the smaller your share of the money. So you may want to be careful about who you trade with. OK, not everyone's going to be as honest as you. All right? Now, there are 2 trading rooms where you can discuss answers privately with whoever you want. OK?
All 3.
Right.
Well, all 3. I only know
Well, how are you, Susan?
I know the Uma Thurman question.
Yeah,
Right.
as do
I'm
I.
not sure about that one.
trade?
Yes.
OK, let's go on trade.
Which ones are you having problems with?
Number 3 and number 4.
I don't know number 2, but I'm pretty sure of number 4.
OK, I'm certain on number 2.
Bayeux Tapestry. I'm not sure about that. It's going to have to be a guess.
OK.
It could be the Battle of Sedgefield. It was Henry V's, when he got killed, Henry V.
Do you know number 2?
Number 2, I'm 100% on.
OK.
It's the Battle of Hastings.
Right, OK, that's what I thought.
That's what I thought.
Sedgefield, Bosworth. Might have been Bosworth. Henry V's time.
So it could be Bosworth.
The Uma Thurman one, is it, I think it's Gattaca.
No, that's not a 2003 film.
Was it not?
No, that's about 10 years old.
What do you think Uma Thurman's film is?
I think that's Kill Bill.
OK.
Are you sure Gattaca wasn't 2003?
I think it was
saw it last year.
Gothica.
Gattaca.
What do you think number 4 is?
I think it's the killer whale. But I'm not sure. I think it's only 80%. What did you think it was?
I was torn between that or the Humpback.
And the Great White Whale?
I think that's right, yeah.
Yeah, don't ask me.
Be either.
Killer and Humpback were kind of
I was thinking
my
the same,
instinct
I
wants
was
to go
thinking
for.
exactly the same way as you.
KG, don't forget, they need to get all 4 correct answers to win a share of the money. Let's call them in. OK, Susan, I'm about to take your 4 answers. Don't worry, because the contestants outside won't be able to hear what you're saying. I'm not going to tell you whether you've got them right or wrong, but the viewers at home will know.
OK.
OK? Can I take your 4 answers, please?
Polo, Battle of Hastings, Kill Bill, and Killer Whale.
Susan, you seem like an honest lady to me.
I hope so.
Would that be fair to say?
I think so, yes.
But were you lying just now?
No.
Have you seen Gattaca?
Yes. About 4 years ago. So, yes, probably I was lying.
Are you sure Gattaca wasn't 2003?
Oh.
I think I saw it last year.
Gattaca. I wasn't really lying. I saw it the second time last year. But I knew it was Kill Bill.
So you were lying?
I was bluffing.
What's the difference in bluffing and lying?
It's more polite.
Chris, your answers, please.
Polo, the Battle of Hastings, Kill Bill, and Killer Whale.
Do you think you were being lied to in that round?
I think I might have been lied to on the Uma Thurman question. I'm going with Kill Bill as my answer because it's the only film I can think of recently that she's made. I haven't seen it, so I don't know if she plays a bride in it or not. I know it's very kind of kung fu based.
Chris, you're a used car salesman. You must be pretty used to lying, right?
You can't tar us all with the same brush. There are some honest ones out there.
Are you one of those?
Yes, I am. I save my lying for TV shows.
Were you lying out there just now?
Actually, I didn't in that round. I gave a tactical truth. Don't ask me.
Either.
Killer and Humpback were kind of
I was thinking the
my
same.
instinct
I
wants
was
to go
thinking
for.
exactly the same.
I thought I'd say a couple of types of whale, the first ones that sprung to mind, just to try and test the others a bit, just to see how good their lies were, if nothing else. Truth be told, I don't think either of them are very clear on that either.
Can I get your answers, please, Maria?
Polo, the Battle of Hastings, Kill Bill, and the Humpback Whale.
How confident are you, Maria?
I'm 80% sure that I've got them right.
Whose answers did you take?
Both Chris's and Susan's.
Do you trust them?
To be honest, I wasn't going to trust Chris too much. I kind of thought he might be playing a dirty game, but because he's put the things that I thought anyway down as the answers, because he said that, then I think he might be trustworthy.
Martin, can I take your answers, please?
Polo, Battle of Hastings, Kill Bill, Killer Whale.
What's your strategy, Martin?
To win at all costs. I'll bluff, counter bluff, play it close to my chest. Only give them as much information as they need. Look them straight in the eye and try and weed it out of them.
Martin, how's your history?
It was one of the better subjects I studied at school, and I managed to get an O level in history at school.
Didn't seem like that out there, did it?
Didn't, did it? Sedgefield? Bosworth? Might have been Bosworth. The one I didn't know was the film one. And as soon as Jim said that he had the Uma Thurman question, I grabbed hold of him. And I took him in there, and I worked on him.
Was he easy to work on?
Looked as if he took it on board. If not, then he's a good player.
Polo, the Battle of Sedgefield, Kill Bill, and the Blue Whale.
Jim, how confident are you?
Confident that I haven't got all of these questions correct.
Which ones?
The question about the Bayeux Tapestry and the whale question is more of quite a shot in the dark.
What do you make of Martin?
I think he took advantage of my naivety. I said that I knew the answer to the Uma Thurman question, and he immediately then said, "Do you want to trade?" And I think, unfortunately, when someone asks you a question that sort of, do you want to do something, it's easier to say yes than it is to say no.
What's your strategy, Jim?
My strategy is to play smarter in the subsequent rounds than I have in the first.
So, in that round, Chris, Susan, and Martin managed to give me all 4 correct answers. That means they're going to split the £3,000 between them, which is, of course, £1,000 each. That means that those 3 players are currently sharing the lead. You remember, at this point, no one has any idea how much money they have. I can tell you that 3 of you gave me 4 correct answers in that round. That means 3 of you have split the money and have had £1,000 added to your totals. Time for round 2. A Rush of Blood to the Head is a 2002 album by which band? The word renal relates specifically to which human organ? Ben Ainsley has won Olympic gold medals in which sport? And who wrote Peter Pan?
I'm 100% on all of them except for the Peter Pan question.
I know the Peter Pan question, but I'm not sure about the Rush of Blood and Ben Ainsley.
Do you fancy a trade?
Sure.
If I come in with you, 'cause I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need to try and visualise the cover of Peter Pan. See the book. The only one I know lots of books by is Charles Dickens, and it's definitely not him.
Definitely not him.
Rush of Blood to the Head. And I know that I know it and I can't. It's there and I cannot bring it out.
It's Coldplay.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's one of a couple of bands. It's definitely it's one of the sort of like lighter, more melodic bands. I think in the sort of vein of Travis, someone like that. I think it could well be Coldplay.
You sure it's Coldplay?
Yes.
You think it's Coldplay?
I'm 100% sure. I'm a musician.
The renal one could be bladder, but yeah, I think it's kidney. It's certainly associated with that region.
It's either kidney or liver.
I think liver.
I believe it's liver.
I think
I
it's
believe
liver.
it's liver.
Ainsley.
Ben Ainsley.
He's one of the rowers.
Is he? Right.
Yeah. He was one of the Redgrave team at Sydney.
The Ben Ainsley one is long jump.
Long jump.
Yeah.
I don't remember us winning long jump.
Well, my friend won an Olympic medal as well, and he was out there in 2000 in Sydney with him.
Oh, it wasn't. Perhaps it was not the most recent Olympics.
No, it wasn't the most recent one, though. It was the one
Right,
before.
okay.
Yeah, definitely. He's won a few in them.
We won sailing medals as well as rowing
3
medals.
girls won the sailing medals.
Oh, right.
3 girls won
I
the
don't know
sailing.
anything about sailing,
Stand corrected.
3 girls won the sailing.
Well, I don't know who's lying to who. Don't forget, they need to get all 4 correct answers to win a share of the money. Let's call them in.
Coldplay. Kidney. Yachting. J.M. Barrie.
Do you think the others trust you?
Not a clue. Frankly, don't care.
How confident are you at the moment?
Chris is a sneaky devil. He mentioned that the renal was to do with the liver, and he was very confident with that. Well, I know for a fact it's not the liver. So he's quite sneaky there, I think. Is old Chris.
Coldplay, the Kidneys, sailing, and J.M. Barrie.
Why did you decide to give Coldplay?
I wish I hadn't, to be honest. It just kind of blurted out.
And I know that I know it and I can't. It's there and I cannot bring it out.
It's Coldplay. This is going to sound rude and patronising now. Given that I was stood there with the 2 oldest contestants here, probably could have spun them a bit of a yarn on that one, probably said Oasis or something and got away with it. Didn't think it through, should have had a lie there.
Who do you trust out of the other contestants?
Of the ones I've spoken to so far, I trust Susan the most. I think Martin's a bit devious.
Coldplay, kidney, rowing, J.M. Barrie.
How do you think you did in that round?
I know I definitely got 2 right, but the other 2 I just do not know.
Which ones are you sure you got right?
Kidney and J.M. Barrie.
Do you not trust Chris?
I think he may have fed me the wrong answer there, and fed me and Martin the wrong answer there.
Coldplay. Kidney. Long jump. And T.S. Eliot.
Who do you trust?
I think I'm starting to trust less people. I've created a tactic for it, you see. But I've not been very good in the early rounds. I will up the prize fund for someone else and then try and make myself seem worthwhile at the end.
Do you trust Maria?
No, I think she knew the answer to the Peter Pegg question.
Did she give you another answer?
She gave me the Olympic gold medal answer, which I wasn't sure about.
The Ben Ainsley one is long jump.
Long jump?
Yeah.
I don't remember us winning long jump.
My friend won an Olympic medal as well, and he was out there in 2000 in Sydney with him.
She was very convincing, anyway, about that specific question. I did feel initially that I didn't associate us as a country with winning the long jump, but with the lack of a better answer, I went with it. We're good at things like yachting, aren't we, and fishing and archery. Really English sports.
Coldplay, bladder, rowing, and Lewis Carroll.
Now, Maria, who's this friend of yours that's won an Olympic medal?
No one, I just made it up.
That's quite an ambitious lie.
It is, yeah. Just thought I had to feed some kind of lie. Doesn't come that naturally to me, so I was sitting there thinking about what I could say beforehand to make it believable.
So, again, Chris and Martin both gave me 4 correct answers. That means they split the £3,000 between them, which is £1,500 each, and it also means that they are both now sharing the lead as we go into the last round of trading. In that round, I can tell you that 2 of you gave me 4 correct answers. So those people have been given £1,500 each. Time for round 3. Which US president was called the Great Emancipator? By what name is the zucchini vegetable also known? Who presented This Is Your Life on television between 1955 and 1987? And which footballer was England's top scorer at the 2004 European Championships?
Anybody know number 1? Because I know the other 3 for definite.
I know number 1.
I know the last 3 for definite.
I don't know number 4.
All right, shall we go into more skills?
Okay, I'll come with you two.
Number 1.
Yeah, let's start with number
Let's start
1.
with number 1 because I don't know.
You haven't no
Not
idea,
clear.
have you?
Not really. It's a stab in the dark. for me.
Okay. Now I'm pretty certain it's Abraham Lincoln.
Right, okay.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Can I ask why?
because he freed the slaves.
Of course.
Why would someone be called the Great Emancipator?
Yes.
Emancipation.
Yeah, emancipator. Well, look at Washington. What was it? It was the American Civil War, wasn't it? It was freeing the American people from British rule.
What was his first name?
Washington.
Yeah.
George.
George Washington.
George Washington.
Zucchini, I'm pretty sure I know that one. I'm like 90% sure that that is aubergine.
It is. It is. Because, yeah, it
Read my
is.
mind.
I used to work part-time in an Italian restaurant.
Okay.
Aubergine.
Zucchini.
I think that's going to be something in like the sort of marrow or courgette sort of region,
yeah.
just because you know how like a cucumber is also a gherkin.
The only one I would be with is the footballer.
Right.
It's got to be Rooney.
Yeah, he did very well, didn't he?
Well, I thought it was either Wayne Rooney or I know Frank Lampard.
Yeah.
Got quite a few
Lampard.
goals.
Frank Lampard did well as well, mind. Frank Lampard scored. I don't think England scored that many goals at all, did they?
Rooney hadn't certainly came back the hero.
Yeah. Well, being Welsh, I don't care anyway, to be honest with you. But,
And This Is Your Life.
Right.
Was it Leslie Crowther?
No,
No.
it wasn't.
Wasn't it?
No, that was.
Oh.
That was The Price Is Right.
and I remember Michael Aspel
But
did This Is Your Life for a long, long time.
does 1955 sound a bit early for him? He had a, did
He's
he
been- he's
have a
been-
break from it?
Well, he's been in show business a long time,
Yeah.
Michael Aspel. Been in show business a heck of a long time.
Remember, they need to get all 4 correct answers to win a share of the money. Let's call them in.
Abraham Lincoln, Courgette, Eamon Andrews, and Wayne Rooney.
So you used to work in an Italian restaurant, did you?
Yes. But not in the kitchen.
but you thought that zucchini was aubergine, right?
No, I knew it was courgette.
You were lying.
I think I have a feeling I was going along with Maria's lie.
Zucchini, I'm pretty sure I know that one. I'm like 90% sure that that is aubergine.
Because she seemed quite adamant that it was an aubergine, and I have a feeling she knew exactly that it was a courgette.
What do you make of Maria?
Stalking horse.
Do you see her as one of your main threats?
Yes. Yes.
Why is that?
I don't know, it's just a very strong, call it female intuition. It's just a very strong feeling.
Abraham Lincoln, courgette, Eamon Andrews, and Wayne Rooney.
How do you think you've done?
I think I've got 3 right on this round. But I'm not sure about the first one because I got the answer from between the two of Susan and Chris, and I don't trust either of them now.
Who do you think's won?
Chris or Martin? Probably Chris.
Abraham Lincoln, courgette, Eamon Andrews, and Wayne Rooney.
It seems quite strategic. Would that be fair to say?
I don't want anyone else to get questions right. I'd like it just to be me. Firstly, you want people to believe you. And secondly, when it comes to the final, if I'm not in the final for the first, I want the people I've traded with to feel they can trust me enough to bring me in.
Before trading, how many questions did you actually know?
I knew 3 of them, for certain. Lincoln didn't spring to mind. It makes a lot of sense to me, that as an answer, because emancipator, empowerment, free the slaves.
Now I'm pretty certain it's Abraham Lincoln.
Can I ask why?
Because he freed the slaves.
If I've been lied to, I think it's a really good choice for a lie.
What do you think the other contestants make of you?
I don't know. I think, to be honest, part of me worries that as soon as they saw used car salesman as my occupation, they'd have thought, oh no, here we go. Kind of worse than an estate agent.
George Washington, aubergine, Michael Aspel, Wayne Rooney.
What do you make of Martin?
Do you know what, in that round, in the first round, I thought I'd really been duped by him, but I found him incredibly believable. I think I may have done okay.
Abraham Lincoln, courgette, Eamon Andrews, Wayne Rooney.
How do you think you've done?
Not bad at all there. I would have liked to have gone in with Chris, perhaps to throw him a couple of red herrings, because I think he's quite strong.
Do you think Chris is your main rival?
I have a gut feeling that possibly he may be.
Do you think you've won?
Yes.
So, Chris, Susan, Maria and Martin managed to give me 4 correct answers. That means they split the £3,000 between them, which is £750 each. Jim, he gets nothing. So, let's have a look at how that affects the final scores. Yep, it's Chris and Martin who'll be going on to play for a combined £6,500 in the final. Let's go and deliver the good news. But before we do, remember, at this point, no one has any idea how much money they have. That was your last chance to win any money. The 3 rounds are over. And I can tell you that 2 of you will be going through to play in the final for the cash. OK, with a combined total of £6,500, those 2 people are Chris and Martin. Congratulations. You have earned the right to play in tonight's final that will decide how much of the £6,500 you're actually going to be taking home. So, Chris and Martin, I'm going to ask you both 4 more questions, and if between you can give me 4 correct answers, you'll take home all the money. Who starred with Nicole Richie in the TV series The Simple Life? Imelda Marcos is a former First Lady of which country? Who unexpectedly resigned as British Prime Minister in 1976? And clickety-click is a traditional bingo call for which number?
I know 4.
Do you?
Yeah.
Clickety-click is 66.
66. Callahan.
OK.
Prime Minister.
And Philippines.
Philippines.
And
Paris Hilton.
come on, baby.
Well, hopefully anyway. But yeah, I'm certainly happy with that. Yeah.
We'll go with that.
OK, so, Chris and Martin, I'll need to take your answers, please.
By the way, Chris.
Paris Hilton starred with Nicole Richie in The Simple Life. Imelda Marcos was First Lady of the Philippines. Callaghan resigned as Prime Minister in '76. And Clickety Click is 66.
Chris and Martin, I can tell you that you only managed to give me 3 correct answers. But don't worry, all is not lost. As with the rest of the show, I'm now going to give you the opportunity to try and get the answers you need from your opponents. What you must now do is choose someone from in there to help you get the answer to the question you got wrong. Whoever you choose will get a share of your winnings, whether they know the answers or not. They've heard everything so far, so I'll now let you speak to them so you can decide whose help you want.
Chris and Martin, I know who it is. 100% correct answer.
the
I know
answer.
it as well. It was my birthday when he resigned.
What was Jim like? Because I haven't spoken to Jim at all.
He's a really nice lad. Helped me out a couple of times.
Did he?
Fed him a few flips.
Tried my best to help in the early round,
Yes,
Ryan.
you did, mate.
Should we go for Jim?
Yeah.
OK. Sorry, guys, it's got to be Jim.
OK, Jim, come and join us, please.
Power.
Right, Jim, you've made it to the final eventually, but can you be any help? That's the big question. You can discuss your answers before you give them to me.
Harold Wilson.
Yes.
Harold Wilson.
Harold Wilson is the one we got wrong.
And then
Everything else
Paris
has
Hilton,
Yeah.
Philippines,
Philippines.
Everything else has is.
Clickety
and
click.
66.
Yeah.
66,
Well,
clickety
just
click.
blurted out the bloke who replaced Wilson.
Can I take your answer, please?
Can. My answers are Paris Hilton, the Philippines, Harold Wilson, and 66.
I can tell you that you have given me 4 correct answers. So well done to Chris and Martin. You'll be going home with some money tonight, but you did call on Jim for your help, which means you each take home your share of the £6,500. That's £2,166 and 66 pence each. Congratulations, well done. So join us next time when 5 more contestants will have to beg, borrow or steal from each other to win thousands of pounds. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
After the show, our contestants are invited to watch the programme and find out what really happened.
Polo, the Battle of Sedgefield. He said something along the lines of...
He was obviously very unsure of the situation. I knew the answer was Hastings. I had to string him along. He is a little tad naive, then, shall we say.
I think if Martin was an animal, he'd be a 3-toed sloth, because he was slow and considered in his movements, and he didn't give anything away.
What's your strategy, Martin?
To win at all costs.
I was wary of Martin because when people are so quiet and focused and twiddling their fingers, and it's because they've got that ulterior motive going on.
I grabbed hold of him. I took him in there and I worked on him.
Worked on me.
There's always something childlike about Jim, which is kind of endearing in a way.
Jim obviously is a scared rabbit in the headlights.
Well done to Chris and Martin. You'll be going home with some money tonight, but you did call on Jim for your help, which means you each take home your share of the £6,500.
I'd play the game again because I'm £2,000 richer than I was a few hours ago.